There are countless breathtaking images of KARIJINI National Park that entice visitors with its dramatic gorge landscapes. I envisioned ourselves standing in awe, marvelling at the ancient, rich tapestry of red, brown and grey rocks plunging into deep, narrow gorges. KARIJINI, after all, is considered Australia's geological bedrock. Unfortunately, Ron and I lack the fitness required to descend into those impressive depths and navigate the narrow gorges like those fit climbers who are rewarded with a swim in the secluded spa pools. So we were just content to admire the views from above. As gorges go, that's pretty gorgeous. Where lookout points offered spectacular vistas. In my imagination, I pictured us camping in the park's very heart. I could see the sun rising and setting over the ranges, casting fleeting light upon the gorges before the deep walls obscured its warmth. Well, here's what really happened. So popular, we could only book a campsite at Dale's Campground for 2 nights. We told ourselves that will be okay, as we'll supplement our stay with free camping. In the days during our stay at Buddha's free camp, we collectively decided to cancel our National Park campground stay. Our first free camp was adjacent to Hamersley Gorge, at Buddha's. This was a lovely spot, plenty of room for everyone to spread out, on hard ground and with stunning views. It was at this stage we were beginning to realise that the National Park is, in fact, an island in a sea of mining operations. A bit cool here this morning. Not unpleasant though. We're at Buddha's free camp across the road from Hamersley Gorge. It's actually a lovely spot. Yeah, it's lovely to wake to the sounds of birds and Qantas jets. Because who knew that Buddha's rest stop was under the Qantas flight? At least the jets aren't low enough that you can count the rivets on the wings.
Oh, you can
There's a plus.
Nearly see the tyres.
Thankfully, they don't come in that often, but we had one over yesterday, and we've had 2 this morning. 2 jets. 1 jet.
2 jets.
2 jets.
2 jets. One big one and a smaller one.
But please don't let that put you off camping here. I'm not sure why it comes as such a shock. The Pilbara is famous for its iron ore, and KARIJINI is all that. Our first gorge in the National Park is Hamersley. This is where we gain a second surprise, with a number of visitors. We were fortunate to start our visit early in the morning to catch the best light for photography. We were the 5th car in the car park, but by the time we left the gorge, it was buzzing with people, and the queue for the spa pool had started. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're at Hamersley Gorge and it's absolutely gorgeous this morning. Just take a look around, I guess.
The frost and were to
also took the opportunity to drive along the northern edge of the park in search of Wittenoon, the mine infamous for its blue asbestos. Fortunately, the town is now gone and visitors are not allowed into the area. Moving free camps to be closer to the other sections of the park, we continued our exploration and bravely walked Weeno Gorge, as it didn't look too hard. It doesn't take much to encourage Leanne to join us despite our slow pace. We visit lookouts and marvel at the numbers of visitors. Eventually, we end up at Dale's Gorge. There is a rim walk and gorge walk. The loop is just over 5 kilometres. Instead, with Ron and I feeling every bit of our lack of fitness, we walk just 150 metres from the car park. What are we doing this morning? Fortescue Falls lookout. Just simply to enjoy the view into the 100-metre gorge, you understand.
So the whole thing is
Gorge rim
2.4.
Wow. Wowzers. Oh, how beautiful. But being lured by the promise of a pretty gorge, and, after giving it no thought at all, we decide to head down into the gorge. Just to visit Fern Pool. How hard can that be? Certainly out of the three of us, Leanne has come well prepared, unlike Ron and I. On returning to the falls, we again can't resist the call of KARIJINI's gorges and decide to walk the downstream portion of Dale's. The creek and gorge landscape give us plenty to explore and experience. After navigating the sometimes slippery and always wet path below the falls pool, the walk follows the gorge floor, at times pushing the walker to the gorge edges before ending at the three-way lookout path out of the gorge. Well, we did it.
You did it.
Leanne, we did it. Woo!
You did it? 12,000 steps.
We did it.
Down this way, along to the other end, back again,
And up.
back up here.
Well, I've noticed
I'm
that.
an expert at telling other people where to go and camp.
And they were less than satisfied.
And I think they also found out that we had the second best spot from another YouTuber, and they're pretty peed off.
So they tried to park in front of us, didn't they? They tried to get in front of us here.
And I think he looked up here and looked at our wood pile and noticed that big one, so I won't park here. Because these grey nomads, they get wild when you park in front of them.
Yep, park in front of their view. Rest.
I think they've gone over this camp near the bins. That's a good spot for them. Somewhere they can chuck their rubbish early in the morning.
They're probably just going to go and spend a couple of hours at Hammersley Gorge, swimming,
Frolicking and
sunbaking or sunburning.
385 other people. We got down there when there was only 5 or 6.
So, all in all, for some people it's been a difficult day. I don't think they've pulled up yet. I think they're still going.
Still going. They'll be driving till 5 o'clock this afternoon round there. I think what the problem might have been, I think that ant that they had down there was in the wrong spot.
It was facing the wrong direction. It was going north-south instead of east-west. Yep, I can see you thinking, Ron. I can see you thinking.
Like our ant bed over the back here is in the right spot, because it's not in my view.
Mm-hmm.
That one is a little bit higher. I've been meaning to go down and knock the top of it off.
Oh dear.
And this bush is in a bit of a... I think we should hook up the van and just go back a couple of metres, so it's not in my view.
Yeah, but then we'll be in the spinifex.
Well, I've got a nice spinifex lawn here growing.
Yeah, I'll show everybody, shall I?
Yeah, it's beautifully going. I just got to get the whippers.
This is the bush he's referring to, and this is his spinifex lawn.
What about the nice shrubbery in it?
Oh, it's just lovely shrubbery.
Oh, geez, I've got it well set up here.
You do have it well set up.
Cool.
Well, I've noticed
I'm an
that.
expert at telling other people where to go and camp. Oh, geez. You know, I've seemed to gather a lot of knowledge today. That big walk down the hill and up must have fixed it.
That walk down Hammersley Gorge and up again. Must have fixed what?
My knowledge.
Oh, your knowledge. Had you lost it? Did
Yeah, I think I have.
Did you find it at the bottom of the gorge?
Yes, it was in a grey matted piece of paperbark.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. I think we've resolved our camping issue problems.
But,
Oh, wait a minute. There's
my
more.
knowledge will only work for this campsite. When I get to another campsite, it'll be thrown totally in disarray. Because when we arrived here, all the caravans were
Allocated. They were allocated already.
yeah, well, they were all lining up with the celestial, whatever that is.
Aligning the planets
Yeah, the celestial.
in the
planets
celestial
aligned.
bodies.
So it was good. And if I look out here now, there's no one in front of me, and I'm looking back. Oh, I can nearly look back like a dingo and still see nobody. Except for Dave. I'll have to go and chat to him later about putting his car away.
So, of course, what they don't realise is that we're under the flight path for the Qantas jets into Tom Price. So I hope they've spent some time choosing their spot, because you never know, they might have to count the rivets of the wings as it flies over.
But that's why I'm parked here. Because on top of my caravan I've got a big arrow pointing that way. So the pilots know. Because I've got a secret message to say, can you park there so the pilots know where to go?
Okay,
That's
fair
why
enough.
Dave and I are lined up that way.
Right. Now I
know
think
these
you're
things
talking.
are a bit well above your pay grade, but
Yep, that's well above my pay grade. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Press the like button and leave a comment.